iView Sports, another video. We're going to talk about some Game 1 baseball series. I know y'all excited about this baseball. I am. Y'all should be too. But yes, it jump-started with the Cleveland Guardians. It's still weird to say Cleveland Guardians versus the Detroit Tigers. Now, two teams that have been playing each other in the division. Long story short, Detroit had a 15-game lead on this division in July, and they backfell into the playoffs. Went on a terrible streak, and the Guardians got hot in the process and took over the division. So you have the third seed versus the sixth seed, and these two teams know each other very well, and they did not disappoint. It was a pitching duel. Gavin Williams took the mound for the Guardians. He did his thing, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. But Tarik Skubal stole the show for Detroit. 7 innings, 14 Ks, and Detroit took game 1, 2-1. And even though Detroit has backslid into the playoffs and gave up a 15-game division lead, that's crazy to say. That is real crazy. But Detroit still has the better talent, and they do have the better pitching, and I could see Detroit closing this out tomorrow. But I mean, good thing for Cleveland, you don't have to face Tarik again. Either way, win or lose, you don't have to face that man again. That's your last time dealing with Buddy, because man, 14 Ks, I mean, what can you do? 8 Ks is enough from Williams, so hats off to him. He did his part, but 14 Ks, there's nothing you can do with that. This is a reigning Cy Young winner, so probably going to be Cy Young winner again this year, if not in the future, definitely. But that's what happens when you play one of the best pitchers in baseball. But man, yeah, he handled that, and I could see Detroit handling this series tomorrow. And even though they had their situations, it really comes down to pitching and talent in the playoffs, and they have more of that than Cleveland does. So Cleveland, good run, but I think your season is going to probably end tomorrow, and that'll be that. Another game that came on was our beloved Chicago Cubs and San Diego Padres. Chicago Cubs, Matt Boyd, I think you heard what I said, man. 5 strong innings. You did give that. Matter of fact, I'm sorry to be technical. Somebody technical. He gave 4th and a 3rd. So, but I think it wasn't his pitching. He only gave up 1 run, 2 strikeouts. But I think Craig Counsell took him out way too early. I think he could have ran another inning or 2. But he did not, and Palencia coming in the 6th inning. Who brings the closer in that early? But it worked, and it was bullpen by committee, and they pitched the rest of the game through. We got a back-to-back home runs from Carson Kelly and Seiya Suzuki. I almost sneezed trying to say your name, bro. It's just, you got to say it real fast, that way you don't mess it up. But yeah, back-to-back home runs. And they added on another run in the 8th inning off a sac fly, and 3-1 it did it. Now, it wasn't that San Diego had bad pitching. Palencia, sorry if I messed up your name, bro. I probably did. He was on. That high fastball was killing them. The Cubs found a way to break through. After the second time in a rotation, you start to see the tendencies of a pitcher, and if you can get a few hits and get a run or 2, which is what the Cubs did, that carried them through in their pitching. Hats off. Craig Counsell, you took your starter out, even though you were doing well. Usually you get criticized for doing this. You've done it quite a few times this season, but it worked out this time. So hopefully the Cubs can do what they did. If they do exactly what they did today, tomorrow, it'll probably be over for San Diego. San Diego didn't look too interested in playing. It didn't seem that serious to them, like it was another game, not a playoff game. And that was probably your best chance with the pitching. He was racking up Ks. He had about 8 of them. You had the best bullpen in baseball. Mason Miller came in and did his thing, and after that it seemed to it still seemed to not be enough. I mean, that was probably your best shot at getting one off the Cubs. So, Mnaga, come on, man. This is your time. He's been having quite a few struggles. 20 home runs in the last 12 innings. That's a crazy number, but if you can do what Boyd did, 4 or 5 innings, I wouldn't say bullpen by committee again like that, but hey, I mean, this is your closeout. Why not? The bullpen looked flawless. I have no issues with anybody that pitched today, which I never really say that. It's always somebody, but. And shout out to Dansby. Dansby all over the field making defensive plays. The Cubs defense really showed. Like, I get on them for just being too defensive oriented and not enough offense, but I see it was a game changer today. PCA, not the best hitting day, but he did make plays in the outfield, him and Hap, with that sun beaming directly in their eyes, so they made that work. I couldn't imagine trying to catch a baseball with the sun beaming right in my eyes. You get credit for that, even though I'm knocking over stuff. Y'all get credit for that. So, yeah, all in all, off to a good start. We have a few more games to talk about. I will get those to you in another video because those games have not been played yet. So, can't talk about something we ain't seen unless I can see into the future, which I think it might be a Boston win over the Yankees, and it might be a Dodgers win over the Reds. But we'll see. We'll see after these games are over, and then I do the video. But that's what I'm going for, just in case you was wondering. I'm pretty sure you was. But yep, hats off to the Cubs, hats off to Detroit. We'll see you on the next video.